Hey bro, I was a very uninteresting person when I was in secondary school. I basically spent my entire day either studying or playing video games or scrolling on social media. And then when I tried to quit video games and social media, I just spent my entire day studying and maybe sometimes going to the gym. I was living this very uninteresting life where every day I was just doing the same exact things, this sort of fixed routine where I was doing the same things every day. Even when the O levels ended and the holidays started, I was still like a fucking psychopath following a fixed daily routine. Just that I replaced schoolwork with working on my YouTube channel. I would wake up, script videos, record videos, edit videos, hit the gym, go for a run, eat lunch, and then spend the rest of the day watching like unedited podcasts or reading books. And then I sleep for 9 hours before repeating. And of course, having this kind of lone wolf journey massively boosted my progress, my discipline, my willpower, and my health, and basically set me up for my post secondary school education. But I would sometimes go on WhatsApp and I would see all my friends having this like fun meetups where they'll sing at KTVs, play video games together, whatnot. And I would feel a bit jealous. Like I could come, but it was also instant gratification activities that they were doing, and I was trying to stay away from that. But the funny thing was, because of this routine life, I can't help but slack every once in a while. Like literally, at least once a week back then, I would choose instant gratification for the whole day, just scrolling on Reddit, YouTube, etc. By the way, I only truly quit video games, social media, and porn like 1 month ago. So all the stories I'm telling before then, I was still a fucking slacker. I mean, I was doing better than most people. I was making huge progress, but I would still have days where I would do nothing but chase dopamine for the whole day. Like literally during the holidays, there'll be days where I would do like 2 sweaty workouts while fasted without even eating breakfast. And then the next day, I spent the entire morning on Tumblr. So I had this dilemma where I didn't really have anything that's kind of fun or exciting in my life. Cause all the meetups my friends did involve activities that I didn't really want to do. But social interaction is really important. And if I don't do some sort of event, I'll end up having those days where I slack for the entire day anyway because of how fucking boring my life is. And then I discovered a certain habit on the internet. Fast forward to 1 month ago, I met up with two of my friends whom I recently met, who were also on self-improvement like me. We met at MacRitchie Reservoir, this nature park in Singapore. And we were going for a hike in the middle of the night at MacRitchie. Yes, I was going to sacrifice my 9 hours sleep for this. One of them ended up being a few minutes late, and these guys were like absolute chads. So we decided that he should do 100 push-ups to make up for being late. But we also had this like brotherhood, one for all for one mentality. So all three of us ended up having to do 100 push-ups. So the plan was, we walk along this designated trail, and every time we saw a hut, which was like a resting place, instead of resting, we would do 20 push-ups. And it was fucking difficult. I think I injured my shoulder a bit, but it was worth it. And along the way, we talked about our exams, our plans for the future, about our favorite books, our addictions, our friends who have become so different from us because we were on this journey of self-improvement. And it was like I finally found people I can somewhat relate to. But my favorite part of the meetup wasn't the push-ups on the conversations. If I'm being honest, it was the exploration. I've never been to MacRitchie for I think at least half a decade before that day. So I saw new things. I saw this observation tower which we climbed, and I shouted at the top of my lungs on top of the tower. And then when the sun finally set and we reached this massive pond, which was the reservoir itself, and it was fucking beautiful. Like literally just imagine, it's pitch black in the middle of the night, no artificial lights or anything anywhere, and you have this massive body of water in front of you and a full moon, a full bright moon in the sky directly over the water, which was basically the only source of light. And like the moon's light was reflecting off the waves in the water. It was just so fucking beautiful. I would show you a picture, but like pictures won't do it justice. I'm telling you this story because, let's be real, students aren't coping well with the routine of school. You're not coping well with the routine of school, right? And so they often do fun activities, meetups with their classmates or former classmates. They'll go out to a shopping mall or meet up to play video games, party, or I don't know, go to Sentosa. And you know it's quite nice. It's social interaction, which is healthy. But the main point of these meetups always seem to be entertainment, to have fun. And so it feels a lot like escapism from their routine and their stress. There's not much value to doing these activities. And so, if you're interested to know about an alternative kind of weekly event that can actually even be more fun than those events most people do, and on top of that can also give you life experience and make you a more interesting person, keep watching. The habit that I discovered on the internet that day was something called weekly adventures. Keyword, adventures. So the main goal of these weekly adventures is not to have fun or whatever. It is exploration and challenge. Like basically just going out there, fucking around, doing insane ass shit. Like core memory material, if you know what I'm saying. Like you know the activity is gonna be one of the best days of your life before you even do it. So the weekly adventures I've been on are: number one, I went to an offshore island in Singapore and I just talked to every stranger I saw there. I talked about this one in a previous video. Number two, I did a 26-kilometer walk across Singapore. Number three was the MacRitchie one I talked about just now. Number four, me and my friend chose a random location on Google Maps, and then we chose this Singapore landmark that was like 15 kilometers away. And we challenged ourselves to walk all the way from this random location to the landmark without a map, with only a compass. And number five was the most insane one. Basically, I grabbed one of my friends and we went to this rich neighborhood in Singapore with like private landed property and big houses, where basically that's where all the rich people live. And we rang every single doorbell, hoping to talk to like a millionaire or something. We weren't able to find any millionaires though. None of them were in their homes. So it was always the maids who responded to us. We had this like entire plan, like, okay, I'm gonna say this for a school project, and then you're gonna say this, and then you're gonna film me with your phone, and you stand in this corner so the CCTV doesn't catch you. So as you can see from these examples I mentioned, these adventures don't need to be physically challenging. They can also be socially or mentally challenging. Basically, the point of weekly adventures is to just go out there and do shit. Because even in places like Singapore, which everyone says is uninteresting because it's small, there's still so much shit to try out. So much places to explore. I bet that there are places in your neighborhood, like 500-meter radius of your house, that you don't even know existed. Seriously. So start going out there and exploring. There are places to be seen, people to talk to every once a week. On a weekend, carry with you this genuine curiosity about the world around you. Have this zest, this frequency, this excitement of exploration in your heart, and go out there and do shit. Now, if you're not living in a small ass country like Singapore, you can literally go spend your entire day in like a different city. Take like a train or a car or whatever you people take. Go to a different city or a different area and just explore the place. Walk around, go into a Starbucks or whatever, and just start talking to people. Ask them about their lives. Do random acts of kindness, like buy this random guy a coffee. Just go out there and do shit. You can imagine like the stories you can tell, the amount of life experience you would gain, how interesting you would become as a person if you started doing these weekly adventures. Because you'll encounter trials and tribulations in these adventures, maybe some part of your planning went wrong and you made this mistake and now you have to deal with this problem. Imagine if on that last weekly adventure I talked about, I actually ended up getting into trouble. I did meet a millionaire, but we actually got into an argument. That would be such a great fucking story to tell. My future self will be able to tell his friends, his spouse, his children that he got into a fucking argument with a millionaire. That is the beauty of going out there and doing shit. So, your actionable step, once every week, choose one weekend to dedicate to a weekly adventure. And a few days or a day before the weekly adventure, just spend a quick 10 to 20 minutes planning and deciding what you're gonna do on that weekly adventure. Maybe another 10 minutes packing the things you need to bring. I gave some pretty good examples above, but when you're thinking about what to do, I want you to get creative and authentic. Keep your mind open. Seriously, if social norms and expectations didn't exist, what would you go out there and do? The entire point is to come up with the most absurd, batshit, insane things to do. But of course, keep yourself safe. Don't do anything where you end up harming yourself. And don't commit any crimes, please. And if you do decide to do these things and something bad happens, I'm not responsible. It's your decision after all. You could go with a friend, especially for those socially challenging ones. You're probably gonna need some support. But if you don't want to go with a friend, or if you don't have friends, you can do this yourself. That's completely fine. But yeah, I highly recommend doing this for a month, especially for young adults, maybe between 16 to 20 years old, because I believe that that's the age for most people where you're supposed to just go out there, fuck around, make as many mistakes as you want and learn from them, and just gain a lot of life experience instead of being stuck at home or school and spending your teenage years fucking studying and consuming content on the internet. I hope you found this video helpful. Please give me any criticism or feedback in the comments below, and I wish you a good day.